Welcome back, guys. Robert Rule of Two Review here, and today I dream about some Smash Brothers. So you guys should be watching some footage of The Wonderful 101 on the Wii U. My last video was my top 10 games of 2013, and in that I had a wonderful, glorious rant for The Wonderful 101, which was I listed as my number 2 game of the year, which was the big surprise. And man, I just went off on that game when I was editing it and listening to it after it was done at a finished product. Man, I just was laughing at myself over how unbelievably excitedly I talked about that game. And it just reminded me how genuinely much I did love that game. So it just kind of inspired me to want to put it back in again once I kind of thought about it, edited that video, did some research and searching for photos and stuff to put that whole thing together. So I figured it would be fun to kind of, do whatever else I can to try to let people know and show people exactly how amazing and wonderful this game really is. So again, you should be enjoying some pretty awesome, wonderful 101 footage. It's pretty early in the game. I only just had restarted it, so it's before the game really gets too crazy, which might seem kind of funny because if you're watching and haven't played it, you should be realizing how absolutely crazy it is, period. However, trust me, the early stuff, what you're watching right now, is nothing compared to where this game goes. So enjoy what you're seeing because again, the Wonderful 101 was just such an amazing game. I hope it's impressing you, and I hope it makes you want to play it. So moving on, in the spirit of no news, because there really was almost no news or anything exciting I could find to talk about, I still wanted to make a video, of course, and talk about something. So I figured that with the last few weeks, there has been a lot of reveals for Smash Brothers coming up and some characters. They showed Zelda, they showed... oh my gosh, Princess Rosalina and all sorts of stuff going on, lots of continuous screenshots. And with all the recent announcements, they had that really, really great trailer that a lot of people thought started off like a Mario Kart trailer because it was Mario Karting happening in the trailer. And then it turned into a reveal of Princess Rosalina, who's a great character from the Mario games. And of course, then turned into an actual Smash Brothers trailer, reveal of Rosalina in Smash Brothers, which was really cool. And kind of inspired by that excitement and all the stuff going on, I figured with no real news, then I would just kind of talk about my personal list of the 5 number 1 characters that I would want to be in Smash Brothers. So when you think about characters for Smash Brothers, it's a pretty intricate deal anymore. We've seen the series grow through the first 3 entries, and the rosters got bigger and bigger, and the ideas and the levels and the moves and the characters introduced all got wackier and wackier. Of course, with Brawl, we started to see the introduction of, third-party characters like Snake and Sonic, which was really super cool. And what's neat about that is moving forward and thinking about the stuff for this next Smash Brothers, it kind of opens the floodgates for the possibilities, depending on how excitedly you want to start thinking about things. Of course, you still want to keep it grounded in Nintendo, and even Sakurai has said a few times when it comes to really thinking about bringing in a lot of third-party characters and going crazy with that, he said he doesn't really want to do that. Because he doesn't want to forget that it's rooted in the Nintendo spirit of gaming, and it's Nintendo franchises, Nintendo characters, Nintendo levels, Nintendo moves, music, all that stuff that's inspiring the game. And he is correct. So it's excited to think about even third-party stuff, but we can't forget that it's really about the celebration of Nintendo, what makes it great, and that is what makes Smash Brothers great. However, I, of course, still have some third-party characters that I thought it would be fun to talk about. So yeah, like I said, I figured I would just talk about the 5 that I'm most excited about. So the first one, which would be, I'm going to do it from, numbers 5 to 1. The number 5 character that I would want introduced into this next Smash Brothers, or even any Smash Brothers at any point, would be Ridley from the Metroid series. Anyone who knows me, and I've even mentioned it a few times on some videos scantly, the Metroid series, Metroid is my favorite gaming series. It's my favorite franchise. It's my favorite thing of all things games. Metroid Prime on the GameCube is hands down my number 1 all-time favorite game. It's a masterpiece. I've never had an experience that emulated that mind-blowing feeling since playing that game in 2002, 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago. And that's saying something. I've even been playing it recently. I got some footage. I might use it in a video sometime soon. And Ridley has been kind of the mainstay as far as villains for Samus throughout those games. He's represented, her Chozo upbringing and, the enemy to the pirates as well as herself, the space pirates as well as herself. And he's just a really cool, fun villain. I think that when it comes to putting him in Smash Brothers, I think he could do really well. In the same way that Link and Ganon do pretty well to offset each other, even though they're from the same series, they feel very, very different. I think that they could do the same thing with Samus. The Samus that we know so far will be in Metroid, which is the various typical Samus, and a Ridley, which could be a Ridley or a Mecha Ridley or both, or however you want to do that. There's a lot of different things they could do with it. But he could use, mouth attacks, fire breathing attacks. He can fly. I mean, it's just his moveset. If they made him, he would have to be, rather large, but not too large. So he would have to actually be more akin to probably Bowser. When I think about how he would look, move, and feel in comparison to the other more normal-sized characters, like Mario and Samus and Link and stuff. So I feel like if they got the size and the movement and the feel right, he would be an amazing, amazing addition to Smash Brothers. And you know me, the more Metroid we can get into Smash Brothers, the better. So the next character I would like to see is one that a lot of people have been talking about lately. It wouldn't really come as much of a surprise, but it would be Bayonetta. Since we know that Bayonetta 2 is going to be exclusive to the Wii U because Nintendo is publishing it via Platinum Games. And for all we know, that could mean that even the entire series, if they do a third one, which Hideki Kamiya has talked about, would maybe just remain exclusive to Nintendo. That would basically mean that Bayonetta as a character becomes exclusive, and she would be a pretty awesome, I think, addition to Smash Brothers. It's weird to say that she's one of the more realistic characters because, I mean, if you know her as a character, or if you've played the first game, and especially if you've seen anything in number 2, I mean, that shit is off the wall. And she's like a witch, so she's as kind of unhuman as possible, but there's this realistic, like this tangible real world element to her that in a lot of ways isn't what you would normally associate with Smash Brothers. But, however, Snake totally worked, and he's even more real world feeling than Bayonetta would be. So if they could make Snake work, they could make Bayonetta. She'd be really quick. She would probably have really excellent range with her hands-on combat because her legs and arms are very, very, very long and limber. She could be super, super agile. She has the guns on her hands and feet. She, of course, uses a sword. She uses her hair for amazing attacks and super cool, like, deadly finishers in Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2. So I feel like it's just another character, excitedly a third-party character, but could eventually become, exclusive to Nintendo kind of third-party, that would just work super, super fantastically. Because she also has that adult mature kind of theme. It's really fun and cool to think about the more adult stuff stepping into the Smash Brothers realm, even though the series does not need that. And part of what makes it great is that it doesn't really do that. But the occasional touches, peppering it in here and there with characters like Snake and Bayonetta, I think would be really cool. So it would be a great boost, for the hype of Bayonetta and vice versa for Smash, which doesn't really need the help, but Bayonetta, she's a great character. Her games are awesome. And to picture her in Smash, it would just be a wonder to behold. Next up for Super Smash Brothers is going to come as even less of a surprise given this video and everything I talked about last time and in the beginning of this video. And I would love to see Wonder Red. Or really anybody from the Wonder Team, or even a combination of the Wonder Team. If there was any way to bring those characters from the Wonderful 101 into Smash Brothers, it would be amazing. I can see it playing out where you could play as Wonder Red or any one person of the team. It really should be Red because he's kind of the leader and he's who you really play as in the game. Where he plays similar to like a Link or a Marth, kind of character. And that would be great. Or I could even see them doing something akin to Olimar, where Olimar, of course, uses and pulls up Pikmin and uses them for long-range and short-range attacks and throws them, and they become kind of, that team of Olimar and Pikmin becomes his arsenal of attack. And there could be a really clever way to do that with the Wonder Team. In the Wonderful 101, you have the mainstay characters that really kind of carry the story and the team along as you play through it. Wonder Red, Wonder Pink, Wonder Green, Wonder Yellow, Wonder Blue, Wonder White, Wonder Black. So 8. There's 8 main characters. I don't know if there's how they could do it. Maybe all of them individually, but I doubt it. I would even be happy with just one, with just Wonder Red or Wonder Blue. Those two could work really well, or even both. I think they ended up doing, Fox and Falco and Wolf, Star Wolf. So they had like all 3 of those characters from the one game in the same way that they could do something like Wonder Red, Wonder Blue, and Wonder Pink. I think Pink would probably be the good third one to round them out because she's the other most important character and her whip weapon is pretty fantastic in the game. So, and again, for anyone who hasn't played it, it's each character has their own weapon ability, their own specialty, like Wonder Red uses a giant hand to do, devastating punch attacks. Wonder Blue uses a giant sword. Pink uses a whip. White uses claws. Black uses bombs, and they all have something that makes them unique in their weapons and in their offensive. So they could just go nuts with that kind of stuff for Smash Brothers. Again, a third-party game that is now that is exclusive to Nintendo. So the characters are basically exclusive. They would work perfectly in that world. They're very vibrant, fun, colorful, kind of goofy characters that very much are within the tone of what Smash Brothers normally tries to do. You know, the opposite of really, you know, Bayonetta and Ridley, which are darker characters. I still think they would, of course, work great. But the Wonder Team has a different kind of element that I think would just mesh perfectly with Smash Brothers. Those games are amazing. Those characters are wonderful. And it would be wonderful to see them in Smash Brothers. All right, 2 more to go. My next character that I would love to see added to Smash Brothers is one that most people who know me would probably think or expect to be my number 1. However, it is not. But this person would be Dark Samus. Holy hell. It would be so cool to get Dark Samus in a game. And the idea of playing on a Smash Brothers arena as one person is Samus and one person is Dark Samus is just like total fan service, fanfic nerddom for me. Like, I'd love to see that happen. I think that Dark Samus could be used really well. It would be interesting because, of course, in Brawl, they attempted, you know, mostly successfully to use an element where you could play as both Samus and Zero Suit Samus, you know, Various Suit and Zero Suit. And that was really cool. And there was even a trick so that you could actually start each match as Zero Suit Samus. And as neat as it was that using Samus's final smash made her lose her suit and then you became Zero Suit Samus was certainly a really cool element, but it also kind of robbed Zero Suit Samus of any sort of real viability because she wasn't really her own character. And again, in a sense, it makes sense because it's Samus regardless. Whether you're in the suit or you're out of the suit, it's Samus. And so you're still doing the same person, just your movesets changed. But I like the idea of adding something new. And the more, like I said, with Ridley, the more Metroid we can get into Smash, the better. So I think Dark Samus would be a great, great compliment if they made her feel very different. If she kind of more floated around than actually walked around. Her moves would probably be way more powerful than just Samus's, and probably quicker too, because Various Suit Samus uses very slow, powerful attacks. You know, like her hand-to-hand stuff is really difficult to use, and I feel like they could, you know, take advantage with Dark Samus. It takes the cool mythos of the Metroid Prime games and brings that into the Smash Brothers universe. And I think that, you know, she would be, like I said, not only a great compliment to Samus, but I think she would be a great another villain, evil character, something else to round out the Metroid universe in Smash. So, you know, I've said it twice and I'll say it again. The more Metroid in Smash, the better. All right, so my number 1 character that I would want brought into Smash Brothers would be the one and only Travis Touchdown. This guy is my motherfucking hero. I love No More Heroes so much, as I also talked about in my last video because I talked about Killer is Dead in Suda 51. And No More Heroes was one of the most revolutionary and memorable gaming experiences I've ever had. I will always, to my grave, remember No More Heroes and always, always love it. And it's because of Travis Touchdown. I mean, there's a lot of things that make the game great, but Travis Touchdown really sells it. He is such an amazing, quirky, fun, shit-talking, one-liner spewing, you know, ass-kicking nerd. He's an otaku geek, and he happens to have a lightsaber, and he happens to have a crush on a really hot babe, and he does all this stupid shit, like trying to fight in this Assassin's League to win her, and he's like really good at it, and he just is so awesome, and like the voice acting is so great for him. There's so much pizzazz and character that just oozes off of him. You know, he's so fantastic and well done, and he's a fighter. So that's the other element. When you think about who he is outside of just those games, he's a fighter, a geeky one, but that's what he does. He's got a lightsaber katanas, he's got a beam katana, and he kills assassins. He is an assassin. You know, he uses all these melee attacks and all these crazy, weird Japanese off-the-wall things, you know, and like slot machines that turn him into tigers and Super Saiyans, and he devastates people with his beam katana and uses kicks and wrestling moves because he loves luchador wrestling. I mean, his arsenal would be almost as endless as I think the Wonder Teams would be. And I think that whereas he might not be the one on this list that most belongs, if you had to pick something for the mainstream, like the number 1 thing you'd pick, it would probably be more, I would probably say the Wonder Team. Or maybe Ridley, actually. but it's just my personal favorite. I'm just talking me as a fan. It's Travis Touchdown. It's No More Heroes. It's Suda51. Travis Touchdown, exclusive to Nintendo, so it works there. I mean, yes, No More Heroes did get the Paradise Edition or whatever for PS3, but that didn't really count. It wasn't as good. It was very buggy. The move controls didn't work near as well as the Wii remote did, and the game was designed for that. So No More Heroes 1 and 2 came out on the Wii. Those are Nintendo games, in my opinion, and Travis is all but a Nintendo character as well, as in my opinion. So I feel like if there's any one character I could pick, it would be my man, my homeboy, Travis Touchdown. So there you go, guys. That's all I'm really going to talk about today. I know I've said I usually like to talk about, more than one kind of thing. There just wasn't crap for news, man. I was trying to find something to talk about. I really wanted to make a video and, gab, do a recording, put something together and put it up for you guys. And there really wasn't anything exciting. It's the end of the year. The newest consoles just came out. The hype is slowly starting to die for those. We're waiting for the first slew of pretty good games in early 2014, with Titanfall and Donkey Kong and Infamous. I think Castlevania is coming out in February or so, which actually I have become very excited for. I'm sure another one or two that I'm just brain farting. So we're going to have some stuff to talk about and get excited and be playing very, very soon. However, we're still, 2 or 3 months off from that. Right now, New Year's Eve is just around the corner, Christmas Day was yesterday, by the way, so Merry Christmas, everybody. And so, not a lot of news, so I figured I would just kind of nerd out on Smash Brothers, because one thing we have been getting is consistent Smash Brothers updates and character reveals lately. Really excited for Rosalina. I'd love to see some of my characters that I talked about today show up in Smash. I think there's a possibility of some of that stuff happening. There's obviously many, many more reveals to go, so it's going to be an exciting first half of the year until we finally get Smash Brothers in our grubby little hands, and we're playing it hours on ends and calling into work just so that we can smash the shit out of each other. So it's going to be a glorious thing. As I mentioned last time, the Facebook page for Rule of Two Review is up, so please go and like it. I will put a link in the description. Please subscribe to the channel, because the more subscribers, the better, and I'm slowly building up more, so thanks all you guys who've been subscribing. Like the video, share your thoughts, play the hell out of some Smash Brothers, and I look forward to smashing with you guys soon, so thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.